Hey there, everybody. I am Mandy, and this is my husband, Chris. And y'all have asked for these videos, so we have finally decided that we were going to do it, I guess.
Yes.
So yeah, Lauren just popped on. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Michelle. Okay, so y'all have asked for this. Hello, crazy people. Yes. They already know me. Y'all already know me, and I know y'all know Chris because he does pop in every once in a while, but honestly, this is totally out of his comfort zone because he runs from the camera most of the time whenever I put it on him. So he has Facebook, but I think you're more of a Facebook stalker than like a real Facebook user.
Thanks.
He also, y'all probably seen me talk about him not watching my stories, so yeah. But anyway, y'all asked for this, so we're gonna give it to you. Y'all have, y'all know our story. You know a lot of our story because I'm very open about it on Instagram. I talk about our struggles, and I talk about, because I do believe, and Chris believes that, we are supposed to share our testimonies. We're supposed to share our struggles because God, helped us through it, and He wants us to tell what He has done for us. So, because it can be done for anybody. But we have probably had some major struggles. At a younger age, as you know, like a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with a rare genetic heart condition. Never thought that a 38-year-old, my 38-year-old self would be a heart patient. We also, have gone through other things, but we kind of wanted to just start out and introduce ourselves first, and just kind of tell you a little bit more of our story. In case you are new here, I know that we are getting new followers every day, and we really do appreciate y'all being here. So yesterday I talked about our family verse, and it's Psalms 37:4. And the reason why we had that as our verse is because actually Chris put that in the very first gift you ever gave me was a Bible.
Yeah, and somebody else had written it in the front of my Bible at my old church, and I never knew it till, I don't know, somebody I was pretty close to, an older guys that was just like an influence, and I found it one day. I had no idea when he put it in there. He just wrote it in there in the cover, and it just kind of stuck. So.
Yeah, and it stuck with both of us, and it makes sense. And now we even have it in our kitchen. Our kids live by it too. But it's just basically saying that God will give you the desires of your heart if you just ask. But you have to be ready to receive it too. And there were several times in our married life that we weren't even ready to receive it. So we felt like we were going through the jungle or through the desert on our own at times. But we have an 11-year-old little girl. We have twin boys that had just turned 8. And before we had we were married for 4 years before we had kids, but we were told that we only had a 7% chance of ever having kids. And, it's so crazy because, I don't know, He really gave us the desires of our heart whenever we were really ready for it. And even with 7% chance of ever having children, we still had them, and we had a set of twins, which wasn't. I think that was God's little joke.
God has a sense of humor. When your oldest turns 3, and 2 weeks later you have a set of twins, there's not much to laugh about.
There's not. No, we love our kids.
Oh yeah.
But let me just tell you.
But the first 2 years of them being here, I don't remember nothing.
No. Chris has a nephew that is married, and they have 2 kids. And his wife always asked, did the boys go through this, or did Reese go through this? And we're like, I don't know, because we really genuinely cannot remember the first couple of years of the boy's life, especially.
No.
So, but it is what it is.
But they are blessings, because
Yes.
it was God. The only reason why we had Reese, our oldest, and then they said we'd probably never have boys.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 boys,
Right.
and so God can beat any odds.
Yeah.
And if you just do what the verse says, life is easier. But we try to make it hard.
Yes, we make it hard all the time.
Trying to fix everything, trying to make sure everything's crossed and dotted. If
It's
you
not
just
gonna work.
do what the verse says, delight yourself in the Lord, things usually happen the
And
way
have
it's
faith.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to do nothing. But we all do, because, hey,
We want to be in
we can
control.
fix this. We can do it our way and get it quicker. It don't work. Nope.
It doesn't. It doesn't, because we
And
would
I
wear
still do that.
ourselves
So-
sick. We all do.
You still do that.
Yeah. And then, fast forward after having the kids, and we're just kind of skimming this here. There's a lot in between, like a lot of fights between him and I. A lot of, a lot of fights. A lot of, there's times where, we don't know where to turn and what to do and how to do it. But at the end of the day, we love each other, and that's what it's all about. So you're normal if you and your spouse are fighting constantly at times, because, it's sometimes it's just life.
We fought before kids. We fight after kids. We fight during kids. There is no perfect thing. People can make it look beautiful, and you can do all the greatest things in the world, but we're all human. We're going to say the wrong thing. I say the wrong thing every day, so it's nothing new.
Nah.
I just walk on and move on, because she stayed with me this long. So, and I think about after we first got married, and I was 31, she was 25.
Shut up.
Yeah. But my dad, we had come home, I don't know if it was after the honeymoon or later on, he leaned in the car when we came to see him and said, y'all just don't let stuff get to you and push through it. Don't just give up first time something ain't right. I got parents that's been married coming up on 65 years.
Yeah.
They basically raised themselves when they got married. They were so young, but and they've never. It wasn't perfect with them. My daddy drove my mother crazy at times, and vice versa, because my dad worked all the time, but he was right down the road.
Right.
So it's just everybody's got something. We butt heads because she's headstrong. I'm very headstrong.
We're very passionate people
Well,
about things.
yeah, but hey, when you've been single as long as we were, and then got married, you are stuck in your ways. So you got to learn to give and take,
Yeah,
and just move on with it. Everything she does, I don't like. Everything I do, she don't like.
You don't like it?
No, not sometimes. But we deal with it and we move on. It's life.
It is.
And some days you don't feel like you're saved. You don't feel like you know Jesus or whatever, however you want to put it. But God is always there. He's helped us through so much. A whole lot a couple years back, and then He has started. There's been
Rebuilding.
blessings above what we can ever comprehend, and one day we might be able to share it. But
Yeah.
it's just there's things that's happened since she was sick that is just there's no other word for it. It don't just happen.
Right.
I mean, during that I didn't know how to pray. I just wanted her well. So we had a great support system from our church and our family, because all of us didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But God knew.
Well, hang on before you go any further. For those of you who just have tuned in, because a lot of you are just now my followers, and y'all don't know that I had 5 heart surgeries. And so, like I said earlier, 38 years old, I found out that I had a genetic heart condition, and we went through, how long was it? A whole year. A year of 5 heart surgeries, in and out of hospitals. It was a lot. And then we had 3 small, well, they weren't too small, but they were
2 years younger.
2 years younger, 6 and 9. So it was very challenging, but to say the least.
Yes.
That was probably the time where, that was probably the hardest time ever, wouldn't you say? It really was.
On my side, mentally, yes.
Right.
Because
me physically,
I didn't know what was going to happen each day. I had to try to work.
It was just,
and the kids.
Yeah.
We homeschool, so put it all in your head and think about it.
Yeah.
But through it all, God. We have no other answer. There is no secret lamp that we rub. A genie. It's God. That's all there is. And He just keeps on doing His thing.
Yeah.
With anybody who loves Him. And I'm so glad that we do love Him. We may not love Him the way we should at times, but even through the darkest of valleys, just like what we went through with several different things in our lives together, God was there. Even before we ever met, God was there.
Right.
And there's stories to be told before us, and during, and after, and now. So
and there's still stories coming out. And like Chris said, there's stories that are happening behind the scenes. And one day we're going to be able to tell y'all this story. So today we mainly just wanted to get on here and just tell y'all to don't give up.
No.
Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on your kids. Don't give up on your health.
No.
Because don't give up on infertility. Because, just 4 alone right there. We have so many more stories too, but 4 alone right there. We didn't give up. God never gave up on us, and we live to tell about it. So, and I'm healthy now. We have 3 kids. We beat the odds with infertility. We haven't killed each other yet. Not yet. And believe me, we've thought about leaving at times, because we're normal, we're human, and if anybody ever tells you that their spouse they don't fight,
they lie.
Because you're with each other all the time. But we just wanted to introduce ourselves first. We are hoping to make this a weekly thing. If that's what you want. We were kind of wondering why you wanted us to do this, but
don't ask me.
But yeah, he gets on here and he's acting all serious now.
What?
Because normally he's all goofy and
This is live. I can't be that way, real.
Yes, you can.
Okay, maybe the next time.
I'm like this all the time.
Maybe the next time.
Because Chris is always like, whenever he comes home and he sees my stories, all he does is do this. Just hang his head, kind of like, oh God, what did she say again? No, he didn't, but because he doesn't watch my stories.
I've never done this.
Sometimes.
I can be in front of people and do stuff musically, but just sitting
this
here
is
doing
out
this.
of his comfort zone. It's really out of both of our comfort zones. So at the beginning.
She's got it. She's easy with it now. She don't bother it.
But years ago, it was very hard. So, yeah. Shut up. Anyway. Thank y'all for being here. Psalms 37:4. Hang on to it every day. Just know that, if you got anything out of this video, is that everybody struggles, and if we can make it through some of this stuff, you can make it through it too, because we're nobody special. So no, and we have no magical powers, I promise.
We got on our PJ pants right here.
We're all dressed right here, and then PJ pants down here, so no shame.
I'm just kidding.
No, not really. But Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Hopefully we will be back next Thursday around the same time. So